Welcome to TrulyFit, the online fitness marketplace connecting pros and clients through unique fitness business software.
Duet training. I'm here to tell you the 5 reasons why it's so different from training one-on-one. Reason number 1, goals. You have to sit down with both people in the duet and find out their goals. Now, you would do that anyway in a consultation, right? In a one-on-one training. The difference here being you're going to have to be honest with both of your clients here collectively and tell them if your goals are too contrasting, this is not going to work. I don't care how good of a trainer you are. If you have, let's say, a husband-wife and the husband wants to gain 10 pounds of muscle and the wife wants to lose 16 pounds, you're not going to be able to provide a great 1-hour training session for both of those clients. You're just not going to be able to do it. You're much better telling them right there and then, instead of embarrassing yourself, that this is not going to work unless you guys have one day. Let's say you guys have a cardio day that you work together and we do 45 minutes of some sort of HIIT training, that is fine. But if we have to work together 3 or 4 or 5 days a week and your goals are that contrasting, I can't build a proper workout for both of you and watch both of you at the same time and cue both of you at the same time. Number 2, have a session with each of them first prior to jumping into the duet. They're not going to care. They're already paying for your time and energy and efforts here. If you tell them, even if we want to split that session up, let's say you typically do 60-minute sessions, 30 minutes with one client, 30 minutes with the other, just work with them one-on-one. Not only does it give you a sense of who they are as a person, not in front of the other person in the duet, but it shows you the nuances of how they do things so you have a better understanding of your client when you put them into that duet situation. Number 3, timed, not repetition. You want to do timed exercises when you work with a duet. I can give you a host of reasons why. I'll try to be brief. Number 1, again, if you are counting repetitions for both clients, you cannot at the same time verbal cue and tell them what they're doing right or wrong, or give them motivation, right? 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. How are you supposed to count 2 different people's repetitions and meanwhile tell them what's going on, what's wrong? You have some knee valgus here, you're putting too much pressure on your toes, you're not getting to the depth of your squat. You can't do both at the same time. And there's a bunch of other reasons why you use time. Let me give you another example if you don't buy that one. So a second one is, let's say I have client A do and client B do 20 jump squats. Client A finishes in 23 seconds. Client B finishes in 40 seconds. That's a 17-second differential, and that's not that odd for that to happen, given the fact that most of the time your duet isn't going to be exactly on the same fitness level. Now, if the person in better shape finished 17 seconds earlier, the next time you start an exercise, the person in better shape already has an advantage. Now, multiply that over the 20 exercises you may do in a session, and that's exponential, that they've had more energy and more rest time over the person who is in worse shape. How does that make sense? So it's not going to work out. If you're doing a duet, use time, don't use repetitions. Number 4, partner exercises. You can look up a host of these partner exercises on the internet, and there are different ways in which you can talk about partner exercises. So one is actually working in concert, in sync, doing the same thing, and you needing your partner to do it. So for example, plank hand slaps. Both partners are in plank. They lift their hand up. They touch the left hand with the left hand. They touch the right hand with the right hand, and so on and so forth. Then there's a partner exercise where one is responsible for the finishing of the exercise. So for example, you have somebody doing a wall squat that is untimed. They do that wall squat until the other person has done 25 push-ups, let's say, right? So that is a case where you can do a repetition because there's only one person who's involved in the repetitions during that time. Does this make sense? So 25 repetitions of push-ups, the other person holds an untimed wall squat until their partner has finished it, so they're on the hook. So those are 2 different ways in which you can have partner exercises. They're in a duet. They want to work together. Make sure you do partner exercises. And 5th, last but not least, very obvious here, make it fun. As trainers, we should always provide a high-value experience for our clients, even in a one-on-one session, but even more so in a duet. You're probably getting more money for that hour working with 2 people, and you deserve to give them a high-value experience. But in addition to that, there's a reason why they chose to work out together. They probably want more of a fun experience. It's not just about meeting goals. If it was about meeting goals, they would work individually. Thanks for joining us on the TrulyFit podcast. Please subscribe, rate, and review on your listening platform, and feel free to email us. We'd love to hear from you. Social@TrulyFit.app. Thanks again.